All right, guys, it's been a while since I last talked to you. That's because I've had a lot of family engagements over the last couple weeks, which means delays on my kitchen renovation. But we are almost there. And by the way, I appreciate you guys liking and subscribing. Got to do that whole spiel. Really appreciate it. But this is where we're at on the kitchen renovation. This video is going to show you how I got there. It's going to show you grout. It's going to show me mounting the hood. It's going to show where we're going to go from here and how we're almost done this whole thing. Our budget is still intact, but it's like close, very close. When I said I was going to do this kitchen renovation for $1,000, people were like, that's impossible. But yeah, we're just right at the $1,000, maybe slightly above. I got to do the math. I know it's very close. And as I said, I'm going to be very transparent and honest with where that budget's at. But I'm going to show you some clips of how I got to this point. Enjoy. All right, guys, as I said, I was going to put up something to cover up the terrible nonsense that was going on with the side of this cabinet here. And this is what I came up with. I got this stuff for free. To me, it works. This is all going to be painted, so it might look a little goofy right now, but when it's all painted and done, it's going to look good. All right, I got some fresh spackle up on the ceiling here, and that ceiling is actually really starting to clean up. I'm to the point where I can almost sand that. I spackled the holes that were in the wall here from the old phone jack. This is plaster, so I'm trying my best to clean it up here. We're gonna see how this is gonna look when we paint it. I might have to do some spackling after it's painted. It might be one of those situations where it'll be easier to see the spots that I need to hit, because some of these areas where the pink is, it actually is kind of flat, and I'm hitting those areas, but when it all comes down to it, I could technically just skim coat the whole thing, and I'm not doing that right now. So our lights came in. Here they are, the low profile 500. Where does it say? 500K. We like the daylight. We got dimmers though, so it's not like it's gonna be full blast all the time. And the hood came in. Beautiful. So, as you can see, it is a matte black finish. Very excited about that. That's going to be possibly installed by Wednesday, I'm gonna say. Today is Monday. I have my pantry cleaned up. Meg actually wiped down all the cabinets here tonight, so they are ready to paint tomorrow. Is it stupid that they're probably gonna get painted before I sand this spackle? Possibly, but we're on a time constraint right now, and I have tarps that can easily cover this up and not get dust on them. So that's what we're looking at. Mixing tile grout. I think this is the right consistency. Looking pretty good. Time to start grouting. All right, this side is grouted. Sorry for the dark picture because I don't have my light up here. But that side is grouted. Now it's time for the monster. But it looks good. All right, so I just got this section done. Just got to wipe up the top half of it. I just used the rest of the grout that I had there. I'm gonna probably have to get 2 things of grout, which is disappointing. It's gonna add a little bit to the budget. We're getting extremely close to $1,000 here. We're just like a little needle dropping on it to going a little bit above, but we'll see. Just gonna wipe this down, and then it's time for the monster. Oh my God. All right, that one's done. On to this one. All right, so this is where I am with the grout right now. And after you grout, you just sit there, rub your grout on. Honestly, it's not that bad. There are ways to screw it up, obviously. Here's no grout, here is grout. Once you get your grout on, you just grab your sponge and you just clean it all up. So I pretty much already did a section here, grouted it up, sponged it. You don't want to just try to throw all this grout on and then sponge it afterwards, in my opinion at least. I try to just work as I go, and then I'm gonna continue here. I'm gonna need to buy another bag of grout. But it's nice because this is very busy before, and I know you can't see it. Man, that line seems to stand out, but I know you can't really see it, but this white grout is just kind of calming everything down. This is why I love this thing. It is great. You just peel the tape, tarp is attached. Now the tarp can get stuck to the paint or the tape when you're taking it off, which can be annoying, but this thing is freaking great. Especially for someone like me who doesn't feel like always spending the time laying out tarps and cleaning them off and everything. Threw some blue tape down here just to really protect that edge. But ooh, that stuck in a little bit of water there. You see how clean that is? Here we are again. Extremely simple. But caught that one. Well guys, it's Wednesday night. The fatigue of this job set in a little bit tonight. I actually wound up falling asleep extremely early. And as far as my weekend goes, I wanted to have this grout finished tonight. So woke up from the nap. I know that after I'm done this grout, I'm gonna go back to sleep, but if I get this done tonight, it's really gonna boost me tomorrow. I can get this hood up. That's the main goal, is to get this hood up tomorrow. So I'm gonna get this grout done and I'm gonna go back to bed. But this is part of being a weekday warrior. Sometimes you just gotta grind it out. I'm feeling a little rejuvenated after that little early bedtime, and I'm gonna get some more sleep tonight, but I'm gonna get this done real quick. Let's go. The grout is done. Time to go to bed. So I was at Home Depot and I saw this caulk here called AMP, Advanced Modified Polymer, Outperforms Silicone. I've never seen it before. It's new. I got the crystal clear and I got the white. We'll see how it is. Apparently it's next level. Hybrid technology, advanced modified polymer. Hopefully you can fill that crack. But we are all grouted. I'm just gonna wipe some of this junk off here and put the hood on. Time to set our hood. All right, so what I did here is I'm getting my center line because my bracket for this, wherever it is, it's a 3-hole bracket with one on the center. So I can get my center that way. Maybe making the marks by holding up the hood and dropping the marks on it. All right guys, I have the hood up there it is. Another thing I have to say, guys, I mean, I got a value hood, let's face it. We're on a budget here, but what kind of directions are these? The directions for this thing have been absolutely horrible. They really don't tell you much at all. They're really bad. So I'm up here in the attic. Ooh. Little splinter. So I drilled a pilot hole in the drywall that I'm going to use as my center line. This is the size of the vent that comes up. I'm just going to center this on it and do an old school cut. As you can see, I have some old school insulation that is covered by this insulation. I mean, this is a nice attic, I gotta say. One thing about this house, the attic has a lot of space. It's nice and clean, but there's still a little bit of that old insulation that they kind of just threw this stuff over. All right, guys, I'm happy with the height of my hood. Now it's time to do some caulking here. I'm gonna do clear caulk along the edges here because I'm pretty happy with the amount of grout that I got in there, but I also have enough of a gap where I could get this clear caulk in and kind of have some of that flex. It's coming out pretty tight. Huh. This caulk is weird. Ooh. Okay. Huh. Well, I kind of want to just stay that thickness just because I know I'm going to be about this thick here. To me, it will be noticeable. To you, it will be too, since you're sitting here hanging out with me, but that's what we're going to stick with, actually. I can already tell you guys, I hate this caulk. I've worked with silicone caulk, especially white silicone, shower bases, all kinds of stuff like that. This stuff, once it touches something, doesn't want to leave it. It says it's water cleanup, all that kind of stuff, and it's too much. You make one slight mistake, it's sticking all over. Now I'm gonna have to work my ass off to clean up this corner. It just doesn't stop. What the? This caulk is horrible. Look at it. You do all this work just to use some freaking... I should have never used this. Hybrid technology. It's junk, just so you guys know. And I know how to caulk, trust me. I've caulked plenty of things, and I know how to make caulk look very nice without having to do all the wiping and all the crap. I can grab a caulk gun, one streak down, one wipe, be done. Of course, I had to go a little bit thicker on these edges. Right when it went thicker, it does not want to wipe off the edges of the tile. All right, guys, I was able to clean that up, but man, do not recommend that stuff. All right, I decided to open the clear silicone to see if this would be any better. I pierced the crap out of it, worked it around in there. I'm squeezing as hard as I can, and this is what I'm getting. I'm returning these because I just don't like the way this is coming out. I've done silicone before, it should not be this hard. I've done silicone a zillion times. I shouldn't say I just done it before. I've done it a zillion times, and this is just, I don't know if it's too thick because it's our hybrid technology, but nope. I'm not risking screwing this whole thing up just to get it done. Not doing it. Returning these, getting real caulk. That's it. So this is where we're at on the kitchen. We have cabinets painted. We just need to do some outlets here, our floating shelves, the faucet, clean up and paint the ceiling and walls, and we're pretty much looking like we're done here, guys. So stay tuned. We got some good stuff coming up. Once again, thank you guys so much for subscribing to my channel. As far as this kitchen goes, we're reaching the end game. We're almost there. These floating shelves are going up soon. And if you're ever looking for plumbing or homeowner DIY tips, check out my shorts. Thank you guys. Dave Doc DIY.